welcome here. We are here at the Dicky Woodstock Festival and Channel Zero played. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. The tent, the roof, it went up in the air.
Cool, thank you.
Yes.
It's really cool.
And I'm here with Mr. Antonopoulus.
Antonopoulus, yeah.
Antonopoulus,
Close.
Sorry.
That's good though.
Almost.
I don't speak Dutch, and you probably can't pronounce a lot of Greek names.
Oh,
so
what's
it's
your
the same.
first name?
My given first name was Christopher, and Seven's kind of like a middle name / nickname thing that just happened. I was born on the 7th at 7 o'clock and weighed 7'7", and my mom was a hippie, so next thing you know, 7.
Wow. How did you start drumming when you were young or not? Or?
I did. I had from a very young age, I'm gonna age myself, you guys. It was kind of like I saw on TV the Kiss meets the Phantom of the Park when I was like 5 years old. It was like this really terrible Kiss thing that was on network TV in the States, and yeah, that was kind of the thing. And seeing like old, like, because my mom was really into music and like Fleetwood Mac and Alice Cooper and like all this kind of old school rock stuff, and I grew up around music, and my mom was very passionate about music, and so yeah, it just kind of caught the bug early, I guess. And then by the time I was maybe 10 years old, I had discovered Motley Crue, and it was like game over. Like I saw Tommy Lee play drums, and I was like, I'm gonna do that. 1983, Shout at the Devil. That was it for me. Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
And then you were 10 years old.
I was 10 years old in 1983. Yeah, so I'm 45 now, and
you look younger, by the way.
Thank you,
yes.
But the gray is real. I just cut my hair off. That was weird. Yeah, I had super long black hair. Got tired of dyeing it. But for me, it's it's a crazy journey. Well, the history thing was I played for Vanilla Ice for 4 years, and then I was in Opiate for the Masses, this band that you guys have probably never heard of. We didn't tour in Europe at all, but we did really well in the States for a few years, and then I was in a band called Leaves Eyes from Germany for 2 years, and then
you told me. So that's how you know each other, right?
Yeah. Because that was a really fun band, and they're still touring and doing well, and me and those guys are still friends, and that's super cool. And then after that, I did some hired gun stuff, some touring with a British pop rock artist for a year, and then kind of did the thing. And then the Channel Zero thing happened because Mikey and I have known each other, guitar player Mikey Doling, him and I have known each other literally like, I don't know, 25 years or something. And my wife was in a band called Drain STH that was all female.
Your wife?
All female.
Sorry, what is she playing?
She plays bass, but she doesn't tour anymore. But she was in a band from 90, like their first record came out in 96, and then they toured up until 99. But they toured with Sabbath, they did Ozfest, they sold, the gold records on my wall aren't mine. You know what I mean?
It's from your wife.
Yeah, epic. Mikey and I actually, like, he had toured with Anna like back in 90, whatever it was, 96, 97. Snot, when he was in Snot and stuff. So, long story short, Mikey and I had been friends for a really long time. And when Phil passed away, because Mikey had been with Channel since 2010, which was the reunion of the band after they had broke up for many years, when Phil passed, they weren't going to do auditions. They weren't going to, like, do a cattle call. And it was the kind of thing where I was living in Sweden anyway, because Anna's Swedish. And that's where we set up camp in 2008. And he's like, well, dude, you're living close. What are you doing? I'm like, well, I'm playing in a couple cover bands. I'm giving lessons. I'm doing the occasional drum clinic for DW and Sabian, Vic Firth and Aquarian, the companies that I endorse. And he's like, well, what do you think? I'm like, well, I love the band. I love you. Let's see what happens, So, yeah, next thing you know, and the offer had actually came. I was on tour playing with a band called Brand New Machine from Dallas, Texas, and I was out on the road with them when Phil had passed, and I called Mikey just to give my condolences. Hey, brother, how are you doing? He's like, I don't know, man. Maybe we break up. Fuck, who knows? But they had the record written when Phil had passed. So Roy Mayorga actually played
Stone
drums on
Sour.
that record from Stone Sour. And he was in Soulfly with Mikey. So 6 degrees of separation. So Roy Mayorga played drums on that record. And then that record was recorded in December. And then the following March, I did my first show with the guys. 2 nights,
Oh, wow.
sold out at the AB.
But it's 4 months later.
That I played my first show with them, yeah.
Yeah.
Because Mayorga was going out with, Roy was going to go out with Stone Sour anyway, so it was a session. And it was awesome that he could do that. And he smashed it, of course. And I was on the road, so I couldn't do it, so it kind of makes sense. But it's good. Now here, I've been in the band 5 years, and I love it.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that you guys could have me today. So that's cool.
It's really special that you're in Holland, right?
It's fun. I like Holland.
You
Interesting
don't- you
country.
don't
Politically, it's an interesting country.
watch
It's very
Holland,
much,
eh?
it's very much similar to, there's a lot of political things that are happening in Holland and Belgium as well, that are happening in Stockholm and stuff. So, or
And Greece
Sweden.
and in America? Because
Well, I don't spend a lot of time in Greece, even though my family's from Greece. But I still keep up with American politics, and it's a crazy time to be alive. I'm not a Trump fan.
don't watch the news, just live your life.
So-
Well,
fake
I want to
news.
watch the news, though.
Yeah, of course.
I
but
want to watch the news just
course.
because politicians control what we do. You know what I mean? Like, they have a lot of say in.
Yeah, but as musicians, you also have an influence on people, right?
True, but we don't make policy. We don't make
That's true.
governmental and international policy when it comes to healthcare, trade,
Yeah. Yeah.
X, Y, and Z.
I just really loved. I went to your show, and I saw you drumming, and then I saw the DW
Yeah,
on the kit,
yeah.
and I just
Dicky
laughed
Woodstock.
because I just thought about Dicky Woodstock.
Yeah.
So that's why I ask you. Well, do you order for every show a new
A Dicky Woodstock
a-
thing?
a-
Or
a
a
name
thing for.
really-
of
That's
the
a really good
festival?
one.
You know.
That's a really
So
good
yeah, if we do Grass Pop, then it would be a G and a P. If
Yeah,
we do, if
yeah,
we do Vakken,
yeah.
it would be like a W and an A. If
Of
we
course,
do
I
if we
knew
do
it
Nova
was the
Rock,
brand, but-
it would be like an N and an R.
It was so funny.
Hellfest would be an H and an F.
Yeah, yeah.
Sweden Rock would be like an S and an R.
If you do that, I think.
I
people
don't
will
think
love
anybody
that.
notices. I don't think anybody notices
I
drums that
noticed
much.
it.
I don't think anybody notices drums that much.
So
Maybe they do.
7. In all fairness, that's quite a nice thought. DV,
Yeah, that's pretty funny. That's good. DV.
DV.
That's good.
DV.
No, but that was fun.
Hashtag DV, yeah.
Yep. DW. It's an amazing drum company. It's one of the few drum companies that still produce drums in the United States.
Right.
Same with my head company, Aquarian, and same with my drumstick company. They manufacture.
Drumsticks.
They
What kind of
manufacture.
drumsticks
They
do you use?
Vic Firth. They're manufactured in just outside Boston, Massachusetts. And my cymbal company is a Canadian company. So, yeah,
Cool.
try to support American brands and the American economy and stuff. Even though I live in Sweden.
You live in Stockholm.
Yeah, even
You
though I live in
reached
Sweden.
America and live in Stockholm and work.
Well, I mean,
in
Greek,
Brussels.
Greek, 2 generations removed. You know what I mean? Like my
Do you
great
speak
grandparents.
the language?
No,
No.
the U.S. is good at one thing, especially good at one thing, and that's destroying languages.
Really?
Yeah, I mean,
Spanish is really
Spanish is different because the immigration population, but most Europeans, I mean, a couple generations removed, yeah, the kids coming up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like my grandfather spoke it to me.
Well,
My grandfather spoke Greek to me every
I
day,
think
and then he
my-
passed away, and nobody spoke Greek to me. And my dad's like, "Ah, we're American, we don't need it."
If you look at the history, my great grandpa
Mm,
maybe he's also went to America.
my man. Oh, and there you go.
No, I don't know because the history is that we all went there
Yeah,
to destroy the Indians. You know?
that's true.
Yeah.
Well, we
Our
can get into the
language-
geopolitics of
Our
how the
lang-
U.S. was
our language
founded.
ended there, so
No, we could get into the geopolitics of
No, but-
political situations of how the U.S. was founded, but yeah, crazy
Have a
shit.
beer?
Or I even have one, Skull, and this is called Dumb.
Skull is Swedish, right?
Is it? I don't know.
Skull. Skull is like
Skull,
cheers.
Skull is like Proust or Cheers.
Cheers.
We make America great again.
Well, I would say fuck a Donald Trump.
Yeah,
I
of
think-
course.
I would say fuck him in his ear, fuck him in his other ear.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so fuck Donald Trump.
Fuck Donald Trump.